WWE Elimination Chamber comes from the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. 1-1 between these two, with Bobby winning the first encounter at last year's Royal Rumble and Brock winning at WWE Crown Jewel. The rubber match being at Elimination Chamber is strange, as we're quite close to WrestleMania. There are rumors of Brock versus Stone Cold, but I don't know how realistic for WrestleMania that is. It's surely more likely that we get a draw or a no contest here and a big final encounter between these two at the grandest stage of them all. Asuka versus Liv versus Nikki versus Raquel versus Natalya versus Carmella. The Women's Elimination Chamber match is to find Bianca Belair's WrestleMania opponent, so I can't see this being Nikki, Natalya, or Carmella. Aww. Liv had a really good showing at the Royal Rumble, and I don't think people would mind her getting an opportunity at the Raw Women's Championship. Face versus face is maybe not ideal, but actually all three of these realistic options are currently faces. Saying that, Asuka is a little bit hard to pin down. She's got a really great relationship with the fans who love her Kana-esque presentation, but I don't know that she's hanging out with the girls in the locker room in her personal time. She strikes me very much as a lone wolf, a focused empress who is ready to reclaim her throne. For this reason, it feels like she has the momentum and she has to be favorite. Finally, Raquel Rodriguez, who honestly could pick up the win on Saturday. She's got good size, decent promo, and is undoubtedly a future multi-time Women's World Champion. It just might be a bit too soon for her this time. Edge and Beth versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. This is tricky because I'm so bored of seeing Edge and Beth getting beaten down that the thought of them failing once again this Saturday just fills me with dread. They must know that Dominic is likely to interfere. Maybe Damian Priest as well, although he is going to be preparing for his men's Elimination Chamber match, so maybe that is less likely. Rhea is unlikely to take the pin if Judgment Day do lose, but it's more likely that she'll get the pin on Beth and Judgment Day win. It allows Rhea to go to WrestleMania with momentum and Edge and Beth the opportunity to end this feud at the grandest stage of them all. Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, and Montez Ford. This is an Elimination Chamber match for the United States Championship. You can make an argument for anyone winning this. I think the lineup is very strong. But why would you take the title of Austin Theory at this point? He only won it back a few months ago. He isn't needed at the top of the card at the moment, so he might as well get regular TV time and a steady stream of credible opponents by holding the United States Championship. One of those opponents could be John Cena at WrestleMania, but that might just be a pipe dream of mine, to be honest. Montez is going to make a great singles star at one point, but that's not needed right now. Damian Priest bringing gold to Judgment Day would be a positive, but honestly, I just can't see that feud with Edge ending at this show, which means he's going to have other things to focus on. Bronson Reed has only just arrived, and Seth Rollins has already had the United States Championship. He doesn't need it, and there's a match with Logan Paul surely on the horizon. In fact, don't rule out Logan interfering in this match to further their feud. That just leaves Johnny Gargano, who could be the outsider, to pick up the win here. I'm going to say that Theory retains, but keep an eye on Johnny. Triple H is going to have big plans for him in 2023. Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn, Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship. Does anyone think that Sami is going to win this?
Oh, hell no!
The Bloodline just always find a way. Add in the fact that Dave Meltzer reckons that the Usos could be all good to appear on this show, and the predictable path rears its ugly head. Let's get to the core of the problem. Sami and Kevin Owens versus the Usos at WrestleMania is underwhelming. It's not bad. The match would be fire, but Sami winning tag belts is flat compared to how over he is right now. 70% of people polled in a recent Fightful poll said they wanted Sami involved in the WrestleMania main event. Wrestling Observer Radio are saying that they just have to find a way of getting Sami into that WrestleMania main event. I expect Jey Uso to interfere. I expect Roman Reigns to retain. I expect Sami and Kevin to stand tall at the end of this show with the crowd cheering, determined for revenge. I expect them to get a tag match at WrestleMania against the Usos. All of this is predictable. It's down to the fans now to ensure that they use their voices once again, just like 2014, to ensure that either these plans are changed or that Sami ends up having the tag match night 1, but is still added to the main event on night 2, making it a triple threat. I've done a lot talking about how I would book this, and honestly, I can see real value in Sami winning the titles here. No one is expecting it. It would be a massive moment and a massive surprise. It would guarantee Sami is in the main event of WrestleMania, and you, of course, would still add Roman to that match, making it a triple threat on night 2. Cody, of course, would end up winning, and we would get that great moment at the end of that show where Cody's story had been completed. The official pick is Roman will find a way to retain. Sami will move on to WrestleMania, but who will his opponent be?